Would you rather fight an unrighteous war over land, or a righteous war against evil? Then you need to bring down governments that oppose us. Blessed is he who keeps his clothes on, is for those who don't desert me when the world is in rebellion and comes and tries to arrest me and capture me like a thief. If you desert me now, your nakedness will be exposed, and you may not have a chance to come back and get your clothes to follow me, because you will feel too much shame for having deserted me. Clinton, if you like shedding blood so much, why don't you do what Abraham had to do to his firstborn? I'll send you an angel with a message to stop before you do anything. All you have to do is accept me, and Koresh are the horns of the ram, and that God provided Koresh as a burnt offering. He did this so that I, his son, Jesus Christ, will not have to die on my second coming, so I can live and bless the people. And the nations of the earth that obey me, all you have to do is say, I am here. We are on the mountain of the Lord. Jehovah Jireh, the Lord will provide. And God has provided his voice and has sworn and declared it. All you have to do is say, you saw Koresh as being sent from God, and you took and sacrificed him. Clinton, you can still come out of this looking righteous if you obey my voice. You can be a servant that helped bring many to God. Or you can come out of this looking like the donkey that I rode in on and returned on, because I have no more use of you. If you are a follower of Jesus and you flee from me, you are basically leaving your righteous garment behind, because I am he. Clinton, who only has one child, sure has sent many children of other parents to their death in wars he has supported. Without righteous garment of Christ, you are naked if you don't consider yourself a begotten child of God. You are not dressed for the great wedding feast that God is giving for the bride and his son, and will not be allowed in, which is only for family. Unrighteous war and its murder is caused by unrighteous men. What's the difference between a murder on the street and a murder in war? None. If you're in a job where you're trained to shed blood, don't expect to go to heaven. In God's army, you use the word as your weapon. In other armies, you are trained to kill people physically. In our army, you are trained to make people live spiritually. Abortion is the government's and the unrighteous' war against babies. If your soul is perfect and whole, then you are in God's eyes, because that is what he sees, not your deformity. Encouraging someone in the military to believe in God isn't right. It may give them a higher moral character, but no amount of God will justify their killing. It is a sin to belong in a military that belongs to the beast, which is all militaries except ours. There is only one army, and that is the army of God, and you can only be in it if you are an avenger of blood. I am called the great avenger because I command the avengers of blood. Only God can judge me whether or not I am a king after his own heart. No man may judge me. In your military, if someone kills, they are a war hero. In ours, they are banished to the city of refuge, since they have blood on their hands. They must remain there until I die. There is no glory in killing someone, and I won't start glorifying it now. Technically, I am to be banished to a city of refuge because I am the great avenger. I mean, if a king causes someone to shed blood, he should have his blood shed. What makes me any different? I mean, how can I establish this eternal rule against the kings of the world without bringing my own judgment upon myself? God has told me only He can bring judgment against me. And as long as I only shed the blood of those that God wants shed, because I am avenging for blood they shed, I have nothing to worry about. If you are in an army other than ours, you will be considered a shedder of blood, and my avengers of blood will take you out before you are allowed to practice your evil trade. No man may judge you by his own judgments, but he may judge you by God's. I judge by the judgments established by God. Your army is built on having as many people killing as possible. Mine is built on having as few as possible. One of my avengers of blood will be able to take out a whole regiment of your shedders of blood. I realize I am being harsh on the militaries of the world, but I want you to quit. I want to dismantle them forever. Nations that have a military will be considered defiled nations. And if you use your military against a nation that has been disarmed, because I have asked them, I will flatten your country. You will fall and be in ruin, never to rise again. If you are a country that has refused to listen to me and dismantle, I suggest you leave the country. The land on which it sits is considered defiled, and if they will not respect my wish on this, what makes you think they will respect anything else I ask? And if they're disobedient enough to keep their military and weapons, then it is only a matter of time before they get desperate enough and try to use them. And they will be no more.